What's up guys, Stephanie with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my review and an install of the MBRP Race Series Cat-Back exhaust fitting 2011 to 2014 GT Mustangs. We're going to be talking about a few different things with this exhaust today, but mainly we'll talk about the sound of the Cat-Back and the install. The install for this is easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter, since Cat-Backs simply bolt right up, but I'll get more into that later. The MBRP Race Series Cat-Back is going to be a good option for the S197 owners out there that are looking for a deep sounding system that isn't over the top or too loud. So this is a deep sounding Cat-Back that doesn't have much raspiness, and it sounds different than a lot of other Cat-Backs that are out there right now. MBRP has included their Race Series mufflers, and this setup is going to give a sound that's like the MBRP Street Cat-Back, but with more volume, as you guys already heard from the sound clips. So MBRP has a few options when it comes to the Race Cat-Back for the S197 GT. They make this Cat-Back in stainless steel, aluminized, which is the version that we have here today, and aluminized with black tips. Now they are all going to sound the same, of course, but they will change slightly in price, but I'll talk more about that later. And keep in mind that you also have the option of the Street Cat-Back on top of the Race Cat-Back, and the difference is going to be in the sound. The Street and Race Cat-Back are similar in sound, but the Street Cat-Back is quieter than the Race Cat-Back. But I wouldn't really say that the Street Cat-Back is quiet in the grand scheme of things, because it has some volume for sure. So this is a 3-inch system that can work with both the stock or an aftermarket mid-pipe. So you are seeing a bump up in size here with the MBRP system. What's going to make this Cat-Back different from the rest is going to be the mufflers. Like I said earlier, MBRP has their race mufflers on this system, which are a lot like the Street Series mufflers, but just less reined in, and I'm sure you picked up on this when you heard the sound clips earlier. These are straight through mufflers, but they still give a tuned type of sound. At idle, you can hear that this Cat-Back is deeper than the factory exhaust, and even as the RPMs start climbing, this is able to keep the deepness in tone. I keep mentioning this, but the Street Cat-Back is going to sound along the same lines of this Cat-Back, but just quieter. So if you really like the Race Cat-Back from MBRP, but it's just a little too loud for you, then the Street Cat-Back will be an excellent choice for you. This Cat-Back, on the other hand, gives a smooth sound, and I didn't hear any sound distortion. There is a little bit of popping on decel from the higher RPMs, but I don't think it takes away from the sound of this Cat-Back, it just adds to it because it isn't over the top. And even though this Cat-Back does have some volume to it, there's no interior drone. You almost don't even notice that there's an aftermarket exhaust on the car at cruising speeds, so that means you won't have any trouble having a conversation or listening to the radio on a highway. So you won't have to worry about dealing with drone on trips. Overall, if you're looking for a louder, deep sounding system, then this could be a good option for you. This has a powerful sound to it, and it does have a deep growl to it as well. While it's not the loudest of the aftermarket options, it's still pretty loud, so I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5 on the loudness scale. With Cat-Backs, it really all depends on what you're looking for, and luckily there are quite a few options out there. So like I mentioned earlier, MBRP gives you 3 different options when it comes to the Race Cat-Back. This is the Aluminized Steel version, which is going to be the most budget-friendly of the 3 options, costing between $400 and $500. Then there's the black tip version, which is going to cost about $600, and the stainless steel version, which costs between $500 and $600. But there are benefits of going with a powder coated, or better yet, the stainless steel version, especially if your car is a daily driver. These are going to give you a little bit more corrosion resistance. When it comes to the install, you're going to be looking at an easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the scale when we look at difficulty. This is considered a direct bolt-on item, so you won't need to cut anything or modify anything to get it installed. All that you're really going to need is a socket set, and a lift would certainly make things easier, but the job can be done on jack stands as well. You're going to be removing the exhaust from the mid-pipe back, so an extra set of hands can make things easier for you here. You'll be moving over your hangers to the new Cat-Back, so I'd recommend taking them off with the factory exhaust when you drop it. It'll just make the swap a little bit easier. The whole Cat-Back can be dropped as one big piece, which is why an extra set of hands can help here. When you go to install your new setup, it'll probably be easiest to leave everything loose and to have it all lined up, and then tighten it down. Cat-Back does come with new clamps for you, so you don't have to worry about picking those up. You can figure on spending about an hour or 2 from start to finish to get all of this done. Overall, the MBRP Cat-Back is a great option for those looking for a deep sound, but not wanting a system that's going to be too loud. This is a 3-inch Cat-Back that comes complete and is a direct bolt-on install that requires no cutting. You can check this Cat-Back out online some more for yourself, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.